Stacey Silva from 90 Day. The Last Resort gets candid about her long-term skin condition, which she was diagnosed with at the age of 11. She is currently appearing in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2 with her husband, Florian. The couple has been dealing with trust issues, as Stacey has expressed dissatisfaction with Florian's flirtatious behavior towards younger women. Stacey is also worried about Florian's growing closeness with her twin sister, Darcy Silva. On Valentine's Day, Florian hinted at troubles in their relationship by sharing a cuddly picture with an Instagram model. Stacey recently took a step forward in her career by recording the new song with Darcy, showing that she is actively progressing in her profession. Stacey also engages with her fans by answering their questions. In a recent Instagram story, Stacey addressed fans who were curious about the triangle on her forehead and eyebrows, explaining that she has vitiligo. She also mentioned she microbladed her eyebrow years ago to cover up the condition. Stacey added, "But wish I had my all-white eyebrow back, it gave me character." Despite this, she has no reservations and fully embraces her skin condition. She concluded her message by encouraging everyone, stating, "Let's all embrace people with #vitiligo. We are all beautiful." What Stacey's long-term health condition means for her future. Over the years, Stacey and her twin sister have undergone several cosmetic procedures and plastic surgeries to enhance their physical appearance. She has chosen to have a tummy tuck, breast augmentation, and regular lip fillers to achieve the desired look. However, it seems that Stacey is now content with her appearance. While she still shows off her filled lips, she is no longer interested in undergoing any extreme cosmetic procedures to improve the appearance of her vitiligo. In fact, she regrets the decision to microblade her eyebrows because it took away her natural look. The Beauty of Imperfection. Stacey Silva's Journey of Self-Love. Chapter 1. The Early Years. Stacey Silva had always been a dreamer. Growing up in Middletown, Connecticut, alongside her twin sister Darcy, she had an undeniable passion for entertainment. As a child, Stacey loved the spotlight, whether it was through singing, dancing, or putting on impromptu performances in their living room. However, at the tender age of 11, her world shifted when she was diagnosed with vitiligo. The first patch appeared on her forehead, a small, pale triangle that she initially mistook for a birthmark. Her mother took her to a dermatologist, who explained the condition in simple terms. Vitiligo is a long-term skin disorder where the skin loses its pigment, the doctor said gently. It won't hurt you, but it may change how you see yourself. For Stacey, those words lingered far longer than she anticipated. As a young girl, she was hyper-aware of her appearance, constantly comparing herself to others. While Darcy's complexion remained untouched by the condition, Stacey's skin continued to develop small white patches over time. Her insecurities started as whispers in the back of her mind, but eventually became deafening voices. She tried everything, creams, cover-ups, even temporary tattoos, to mask the ever-growing spots. But no matter what she did, the vitiligo persisted, a reminder that she was different. Chapter 2. The Rise to Fame. Years later, Stacey and Darcy made their mark in the entertainment industry. The world came to know them through reality TV, particularly 90 Day Fiancé, where their relationships and personal journeys played out for millions to see. Fame came with its perks, glamorous events, sponsorships, and a devoted fan base. But it also came with scrutiny. Social media could be brutal. Comments about Stacey's appearance flooded her inbox daily. What's that thing on her forehead? Why does she look different than Darcy? She should get that fixed. Some were curious, others were cruel. Stacey tried to ignore the negativity, but deep down, it chipped away at her self-esteem. To regain control over her appearance, she turned to cosmetic procedures. A tummy tuck, breast augmentation, lip fillers. Each enhancement made her feel momentarily better, but nothing truly erased the self-doubt she carried. One decision, in particular, haunted her, microblading her eyebrows to cover the white patches. At the time, it seemed like the perfect solution. But years later, she realized she had erased a part of herself, something unique, something real. Chapter 3. Love, Loss, and Loyalty. While navigating her career, Stacey also faced personal turmoil. Her marriage to Florian, a model from Albania, was filled with ups and downs. Trust issues plagued their relationship, particularly with Florian's flirtatious behavior towards younger women. Stacey couldn't shake the feeling that she was constantly competing, not just with these women, but with time itself. Her biggest fear wasn't aging, it was becoming invisible. Would Florian still love her if she stopped trying to maintain perfection? Would the world still find her beautiful if she let go of the procedures and embraced her natural self? Tensions reached an all-time high when Florian posted a Valentine's Day picture with another woman. An Instagram model draped over him in a way that felt too intimate. The internet exploded with speculation, and Stacey's heart shattered. She had fought so hard to maintain the illusion of a perfect life, but cracks were forming, and they were impossible to ignore. Chapter 4. Embracing the Truth. One evening, Stacey stood in front of the mirror, tracing the triangle on her forehead with her fingers. It had been years since she looked at it without feeling the urge to hide it. Suddenly, a wave of realization hit her. This mark was a part of her story. It had been with her through childhood, through fame, through heartbreak. And yet, she had spent so much of her life trying to erase it. Determined to change the narrative, she took to Instagram. For the first time, she addressed the questions head-on. "A lot of you have asked about the triangle on my forehead," she began. "It's vitiligo. I've had it since I was 11. I microbladed my brows years ago to cover it, but honestly, I wish I hadn't. My white eyebrow gave me character, and I miss it." She ended with a message of self-acceptance. Let's all embrace people with #vitiligo. We are all beautiful. The response was overwhelming. Fans flooded her inbox with messages of support. Some shared their own struggles with vitiligo and body image. Others thanked her for being vulnerable. For the first time, Stacey felt a different kind of validation, not from altering her looks, but from owning her truth. Chapter 5. A New Chapter. Inspired by this newfound confidence, Stacey shifted her focus to her passions. Music had always been a love of hers, and she decided to pour her energy into it. Alongside Darcy, she recorded a new song, a heartfelt anthem about resilience, beauty, and self-love. She also made a vow to herself: no more extreme procedures. She would still enjoy makeup, fashion, and beauty, but she would no longer chase an unattainable version of herself. Instead, she would celebrate the real Stacey Silva, the one with the triangle on her forehead, the one who had endured heartbreak, the one who had learned to love herself despite it all. Her relationship with Florian remained uncertain. Trust wasn't something that could be rebuilt overnight. But whether or not they made it, Stacey knew she would be okay. She had spent so much of her life seeking validation from others. Now, she had finally found it within herself. Epilogue: The Beauty of Imperfection. As she stood backstage before a performance, Stacey caught a glimpse of herself in the mirror. The bright stage lights illuminated her face, highlighting every contour, every line, and yes, even the triangle on her forehead. But instead of feeling insecure, she smiled. For the first time in her life, she saw herself not as flawed, but as whole. And that was the most beautiful thing of all.